Hello and welcome to Super Angels, the show where we endeavor to find India's next super entrepreneur. And Vishal, we aren't in our studio, we are at Proto.in and a big audience watching, so a lot of pressure on the startup that's coming. It's an interesting play in the private sales space, and they're actually looking at targeting the men's sector. What's your take on that whole play?
Well, it sounds like a bubble, and it also sounds like an opportunity at the same time.
Okay.
I think India has suddenly got infested with a number of e-commerce startups, and let's see whether this is the real deal.
Great. So Vishal, why don't we turn and have a look at the pitch?
Yes, look at the stores around you. All you find is shopping accessories for women. Branding, stores, discounts, everything for women. And here, we are under the impression it's a man's world.
Well, we're still convinced it is, and it is to ensure that men have enough choices and discounts to avail while shopping that we've launched Fetis.com.
How are we different from any regular e-commerce portal? Firstly, we are an invite-only exclusive shopping club for men, which means only a selection of people would get access to our deals.
The site is no doubt built upon deep discounting. So the discounts offered on the site range anywhere from 20 to up to 80%.
We ensure this since we save a lot of costs on staff, rental and inventory. Yes, our inventory is on demand, which means we purchase from our vendors only after you have confirmed your orders.
With our systems and processes, we ensure delivery within 15 days. Also, our inventory model ensures that we have a very dynamic product roster with discounts and brands changing every day.
We started in March, and with this referral strategy, we already have 1.5 lakh registered users, growing at 25,000 every month.
With this model, we are currently making 50 lakh sales monthly and project a net sales of 10 crores for this year, which should go up to 50 crores in the next 2 years and 250 crores by our 4th year.
We would like to make a pitch for 4.5 crores for 10 to 15% equity in the company.
The funds will be used for firstly setting up offices and warehouses in Delhi and Bangalore, developing a team, marketing and also acquiring new customers.
So prove that in fact it is a man's world.
Join the exclusive club on Fetis.com today.
Alright Vishal, the audience seems to like it. What's your take? Is it a man's world?
When it comes to fashion, it is always the women's world.
You're happy to be proved wrong though?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. I'd like to go ahead and invite the team from Fetis onto stage. Abhishek, take us through some of the steps that led to Fetis.com. Am I pronouncing it right? Fetis, right? Take us through your background.
So there's a very interesting story behind that. My last company which I started, it was a group buying venture, and I started this with one of my batchmates from my MBA. We were actually one of the first guys to start this model in India, and we copied popular models of Groupon in the US.
This was Vonomo, right?
This was Vonomo.com. So things moved very fast. We ran this business for almost a year, and we exited to a German investor group called Group Buying Global.
They also invest in deals in US.
In Fashion New, yeah. So they run the fashion and the group buying business globally. So that's how I started working with Fashion New and Deals in You. We rebranded Vonomo as Deals in You, and I ran that along with them for almost 6 months. And then I decided, as an entrepreneur, I would like to start up once again.
So what opportunities did you notice while working with Fashion New?
I saw a lot of disadvantages with the group buying model, primarily where I saw a lot of competition coming in, very low entry barriers, very low repeat consumer base, which comes back to shop. And at the same time, I was working with the Fashion New team, and when I compared the metrics, I saw this was completely opposite. Here, there was a clear lack of access. So you added value as a retailer, where you created access for the consumers. There was a clear loyalty of the consumer because he associated you with a brand of certain kind of products.
Is there any products you have bought from Fetis.com, and are you wearing any of that today?
No, we are not wearing it, any of that today, but yeah, of course we purchase from Fetis.
Do you buy your own dog food?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where is it?
He wants you to be using a Zippo lighter and you bring it out.
Oh, I have that on right off with me. It's in my room.
The point is, if you are trying to promote men's fashion and you are so passionate about men's fashion,
the proof of putting in the eating or in the wearing.
At least you are not the consumer of your own product.
No, I would not say I'm very passionate about men's fashion. I would say I'm a very opportunist entrepreneur. I see a huge
You're
opportunity.
passionate about making money.
Not really. I'm passionate about making value and creating value.
You are an MBA, right?
I am an MBA. Yeah, that is true.
I could guess that. I was talking to a few people here who are your target audience, and none of them could pronounce your name. When you read it, it's not pronounceable, and then they call it fetus.
I'm sure they would not forget it if they if it was
Men are not coming here to buy.
if it was mensfashion.com. I'm sure none of them would take it back to their home.
I'm just saying maybe just do a little bit more research.
What convinced you that private sales is the way to go?
It's basically a flash sales model, so it creates a viral among the people, right?
So your inventory is
And
dynamic.
The inventory is dynamic.
So, but just to catch you there, if you go to any e-commerce site, their proposition is we are cheaper and we are giving you discounts. So how are you going to be bettering that with flash sales?
Right. So his point basically is that, hey, site X offers 10,000 items and they offer discounts. You offer 100 items and you offer discounts. So why would I come here? I'd rather go to the 10,000 items
Right.
site. And that's basically his question.
Absolutely. We are not really competing with your Flipkarts and your Infibeams. We are actually competing with the collectives and the shopper stops. So they are our competition. What we are saying, hey, we are a much more efficient way of retailing. We are a much
But
more...
technically you are competing with any e-commerce fashion player, right? Technically.
In terms of inventory, no. If you go to Infibeam.com, they would also sell apparels, right? But they would sell Reebok and Pumas, and we would sell Ed Hardy's. So we would be competing with the Ed Hardy store in Palladium Mall.
It's by default more premium.
Absolutely.
Okay, and such discounted offerings for premium items don't exist.
It doesn't exist.
So Vishal, something they really pride themselves on is their execution, right? And they've notched up substantial revenues. They have a lot of dealers.
15 days delivery. Is that good or bad?
The reason of that is we do not stock anything. We buy only when we sell.
Forget your problem. As a consumer, I am paying you to buy a luxury good. I'm not going to...
I wouldn't be very happy.
Listen, the consumer is the king here, right? Why would I want to wait for 15 days?
Because you're getting that extra discount. Not every website is providing you discount.
But Vishal, that is
luxury and
something
premium
which we're
products.
working on. So the reason we want to raise this funding primarily is because we want to decentralize our warehousing and sourcing. So if I'm sourcing something from Bangalore,
But you
it would
just
ship out.
prided that you are just in time. The minute you start doing warehousing,
Absolutely.
then you're
No, we'll
longer
not do
just-
warehousing. I'm saying if I'm sourcing something from Bangalore, my warehouse would package it from Bangalore itself and send. Right now it comes to Bombay.
So you'll have a packaging center.
Absolutely. So we will cut down 7 days
Still,
there.
15 days is a lot, right?
Cut it down to 7 days.
He wants the money to make it 7 days. So I just want to zoom out this, Abhishek. You guys done very well, right? Revenue-wise, and you really hit big numbers early. Take us through some of your numbers and take us through how you managed to do that.
So we are currently at about 2 lakh users,
Okay.
which are primarily through referral
And
marketing.
top-line
We have not
revenues?
spent anything on marketing.
Top line revenue?
I just saw your ad on Facebook. If somebody just sent me your ad on Facebook, that is paid ad.
No, so that is basically we are retargeting our fans on Facebook.
No, it's an ad. It was an actual
Yeah,
ad.
we are retargeting with the ad to our fans on Facebook.
What sort of revenues do you have right now, Abhishek?
So last month we did 52 lakhs of sales. And the good
in
part,
hardly
3 months.
And
3 months.
average ticket size 1,500 to 1,000.
Average ticket size is 1,500 bucks. We do about 150 orders a day.
Your numbers are kind of interesting. You are delivering 4,500 SKUs, right?
That's right.
So out of 2 lakh registered users, you are able to get 4,000 people to buy.
That's right.
So
That's
what's
right.
your
So out of this 2 lakh, 75,000 has come in June. So we would not count them as a customer because we would give them 3 months to convert
from
into
a
a.
qualified lead to
So we have about 4.5-5% conversion on our user base currently. We give them incentive to make their first purchase. We give them a good incentive to refer their friends.
so in short, you are spending on acquisition, but in a different way.
It's internal. We are spending only on internal
Fair
marketing.
enough. What is the cost of acquisition?
Works out to be about 450 bucks per user,
You're
which is
doing
much.
500 rupees already as whatever.
Free.
No, but that I would not account the whole of that in customer acquisition cost because if the user there's a limit, you need to buy minimum 2,500 bucks to get that.
Typically, e-commerce
Has 1,000 bucks of
is more like 1,000,
absolutely,
1,500.
but that is when I'm doing a paid marketing, right? This is
No, but-
internal user.
or maybe it's because at a smaller scale, the minute
Smaller
you want
scale,
to
yes.
scale up, you'll
That's
have
true,
to.
That's true. And ultimately, we need to start advertising. There's no doubt about it. We are very clear that we need to be 1 million users in the next 12 months.
Is that why you guys have high discounts? Because a lot of it is sort of inbuilt by you and it's actually being offered by you internally?
Yes, so we are subsidizing a lot of these deals.
How does this add up? You're giving huge discounts, you are giving subsidy, plus you are spending on acquisition, plus you have all these expenses, and plus you want to build a warehouse. Where is the business?
The business is 30-40% gross margin on your
After
sales.
all of this?
No,
what-
gross margin on your sales.
No, and
Net
what is the
margin
net?
is 10 to 12%.
Okay, let's take it to valuations. $1 million for 20%, Vishal. What's your take on that?
I think more importantly, how much money of your own have you invested?
Yes, so that's a very good question. We've already invested $500,000 of our own in the business. It's a very capital-intensive business. We're in the retail business, out of which almost 1.5 crore has already gone in.
A lot of skin in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Vishal, what's your take on Fetis, the product, the business, and the entrepreneur?
Fetis, the product, I think the name needs to be thought about. I'm not
Okay.
saying it's bad. I'm just saying you need to think about it.
Right.
The product, otherwise the website and everything looks good. The business is challenging, but so is every other e-commerce business in India. So I think they're just going to ride the e-commerce wave. I don't think so. Apart from your more discounts than others, everything else is the same.
So Vishal, what would you like to see change in Fetis for you to pick them and invest in them in our grand finale?
No, I don't think so. I don't want them to change anything. Very
Okay.
frankly, I think
Okay.
they're doing well. I mean, for a startup to already do 50 lakhs of sales is good. But I think the problem is that in your business, it really looks a little, how much of this is subsidy, how much of it is real
Right.
is not known.
Absolutely.
And so we have to really look at it from a steady state business on when it's a real sale made where you're not subsidizing anything, you're getting a pure discount from your vendor, which you are passing
Okay.
to
You like to see them stop incentivizing now?
No, I don't want to see them stop now, but I want to see a model with
You want to see the real business?
The real business.
Okay, so fantastic, great. So Vishal likes the entrepreneurs, he also likes the product. On the business, he's still waiting for the real business to come out. Well, you can vote for Fetis. You can write into us on startingup@etnow.tv. You can SMS us or simply log on to our Facebook wall. Will Abhishek and Soumya be India's next super entrepreneurs? Well, continue watching us on Super Angels and find out. Yes, and no doubt, leading up to the grand finale, Fetis will be mentored by a Thai mentor over the next 6 months. Time for us to take a quick break on the show, but coming up, a special panel discussion with the BSE SME Exchange, an innovation jam, and all the action from the afternoon sessions at proto.in.